New York Governor David Paterson called it a miracle today that nobody was killed on board U.S. Airways Flight 1549. It crash landed on the surface of New York City's icy Hudson River on one of the coldest days in a year earlier this afternoon. No fatalities, more than 150 survivors, and no critical injuries. One passenger with 2 broken legs. That miracle was due in large part to the extraordinary first response from dozens of commuter ferries and tugboats that were on the scene almost immediately, circling the plane immediately after it crashed into the water. They saw the crash and they reacted by rushing toward the danger to see how they could help. Joining us now is Yannis Krooms. He was on board a ferry headed for New Jersey around the time the plane crashed into the Hudson. He's here to tell us what happened next. Mr. Krooms, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start at the beginning. You were on this ferry. You were leaving Manhattan for New Jersey, and what happened next?
That's correct. Someone said that there's a plane in the water, and I was checking my phone, and sure enough, I looked up, and there's the plane right there in front of us. And everyone kind of got up and started looking around, and the captain said, "We're going to go in for the rescue." And the picture that I took was of the plane when we were pulling up to one of the wings to rescue people from the water that they were around waist deep into.
The picture that we've got that you took of the plane floating in the river, how much of the scene could you see here? I mean, this is one of the most dramatic photos that we have seen all day. Did you have a sense of how many other people were coming to help, whether the boat that you were on, the ferry that you were on, was going to be a critical part of the initial rescue effort?
We had no idea. We were the only ones there, and we were just by chance, the plane was right in front of us, and that image was the first thing that I saw. Everyone was taking pictures, so I just took a quick picture, and I happened to be on Twitter. And then after that, we focused on getting the people on the board, getting them jackets, whatever clothing we had. We didn't have any blankets, but everyone took their jackets, their gloves, their scarves around the people, and told them to go in the back of the ferry for them to get warmer.
How did you actually get people aboard the vessel? It's not that hard to get. It's not that easy to get from not on a boat to on a boat, even in the best of circumstances. How did that actually physically work?
There were ropes, and then there was one ladder that people used. We were trying to get ropes to get more people at a time, because initially it was only just one person could get on. But then after that, we were around trying to get 3 people at a time, 2 people at a time. So we were just trying to find whatever was on the boat, because it's not made for rescue missions.
Yeah. Was there any ambiguity about what to do? I mean, what was it like at that moment, coming together with people you'd never met, you just happened to be on a ferry with, to help with this rescue? I
think during these kind of tragedies, you just kind of become a team, instantly, and everyone just said, okay, let's get the life jackets out there, let's become, just try to see what we need to do, whoever can do something. The men were pulling people up, women were, trying to get everyone in the back, trying to get everyone, warm. That's the main point there. We're just trying to we didn't really have a plan. You react whatever you can do.
The people who you brought on board, were they very emotionally upset? Were people calm? Was there panic?
A few people were crying. The main thing was they were in shock. They were freezing. They were shaking. So it was more just shock. They were so happy to be out of the water. But overall, the scene was very calm. Even the people who were waiting, when we were the only ones, they saw that they're not going to get rescued at that moment. It was very. They were still calm. They saw that they're safe. They're just going to stay there and then could wait until the ferries showed up. And the ferries showed up within 5 minutes. I think there were another 5 ferries around the plane, and they were rescuing people very quickly. I was very impressed by that.
Yannis Krooms, thank you so much for taking time to explain what happened to you today to us, and thank you for helping out.
Thank you very much for having me.